Today I took one trade, one winner, and it was a pretty decent plan, and it worked out pretty nicely. So pre-market today, there was a big sell-off yesterday. Valley area was a lower relationship, and then lower also on the floor pivots here and also on the cams. So it's generally a bearish pivot relationship. And then it was opening up under L3, under CPR, under range and value. So it was pretty bearish open and a bearish relationship, but it was a little bit too far away from the value area low here, and then this was the ETH value area, which just didn't seem to make too much sense to me because price was just going in and out of here and it didn't really respect the level. So kind of cross that one out. I did add this 4-hour supply zone from overnight session to see if it rallies here I could short it. But the main plan today was to long this demand here, which also coincided with this high volume node ledge. So if we go up to a few months ago, we see this little volume node here, and that's kind of the lower ledge of this high volume node. So this area, all this area is the low volume node area, which really perfectly aligned with the demand zone I had at the 90-minute demand here. So I was wanting to see if it could bounce there, or if I could short here. That was pretty much my only plan for the day. Yeah, demand / high volume node long, or 66, 67 supply short. So that was my plan. And market opens, and right after it opens, it starts coming into my demand zone. So I'm looking at this for longs, but it's a little bit too early in the session, I feel like. So it did form a B shape down here, and then starts bouncing. So we see it come down into this demand zone at 66.11 or so. Came within 2 ticks of that. Then so here I see this B shape kind of forming, and then more CVD hidden divergence as it retests that B shape there. So I am interested right now, but again, price action is so volatile here that I didn't really want to get in right away. It was a 1-minute delta divergence forming here with the CVD hidden divergence, delta broke lows, but price didn't. And yeah, so finishes as a delta divergence there, but at that point it's already rallied. So I thought about entering here, but I said I can wait for a retest. I mean, the B shape formed, it retested and went up, but I wanted to see if I can maybe it would break the lows and do a fake out or something like that. So I was just kind of waiting around, especially because it hasn't really broken through the demand zone yet. So I wanted to see if I can get that retest at the lows. The other thing that I had going was this low, RSI was at 28 here, and we broke the lows here, but RSI was at 32. So that was a RSI normal divergence, and so I like the idea of longs even more. So I'm waiting for it to come back. I honestly almost get in right here at 66.21. There's this big high delta level here, and I thought about going long here because there's a B shape there with the POC at lows. I thought maybe I could put my stop here and then enter up here somewhere if it holds this B shape and this 21 level. It seemed like it was, and I almost went in, but I just wasn't too sure. Yeah, I mean, maybe I could have missed it, but it seemed like it was rallying, but it didn't, and it came down, and then it breaks the lows. So I think the main reason I didn't enter this was because the 1 minute did not look very good. It was throwing up these shooting star candles the whole time. So I decided to give it a little bit of more room to pull back rather than try to take it there, which turned out to be a good decision. So now I'm actually looking for a break of lows here at 11s, and then a bounce. But what I see here is, again, CVD hidden divergence, delta broke lows, but price did not. And here it's forming a 20 range delta divergence here. And it actually has a B shape forming right here with the POC at the lows here. And then it retests this B shape, I believe. No, so the B shape isn't here, but the B shape is right here. It's forming right there with the POC at the lows. Again, another delta divergence here, and a CVD hidden divergence. It still hasn't broken the lows, but delta has broken the lows, way beyond the lows. And then I see that the 20 range delta divergence again. I also see a 2 minute delta divergence forming here, right here. And so as soon as this kind of closes, I decide that I could take a chance. Yeah, I thought it was worth a try, especially because RSI was also a divergence right now, CVD hidden divergence. I thought good confirmations. Also 2 minute delta divergence, pretty hefty one here, and more CVD hidden divergence. Right at that demand zone, which is also the high volume node ledge, so decided that it was worth a try. And yeah, it somehow worked out. Buyers came in and it rallied up. I mean, I'm sure it could have been some other result too, but luckily it worked out. I did like this 5 minute kind of hammer candles and basing candle here, so it wasn't. I thought it was a pretty good setup, pretty good confirmations. There was some consolidation here, and then it rallies up. My target was, initially it was just 3R, but right at 3R here, about a point away from 3R, it starts consolidating. So it was a point away, and then starts rejecting with a P shape there and all, with 1 minute delta divergence. Retest, comes back down, retest that P shape again, comes back down. And I thought at this point I was just going to stop out at break even. But because it's consolidating here, a little bit of a pullback here, right? I thought, okay, if it breaks these highs, it'll at least go up to the swing high over here. That's what I thought. I've been burned like that many times, but because I only had one contract also, I thought VWAP was a good target. But I felt like VWAP was too much of a stretch. So I decided to just stop at the swing high here at 46. So I set my target at 46 there instead of 38, and that kind of paid off. Although it could have went really, really badly, but I did hit 46 and then it pulled back, and then it's been kind of consolidating there. Did a little pump there, but pretty much been in that range ever since. So yeah, I think I had good confirmations there. It was a good level, and I executed on it.